Hello. So today I'm going to talk about the user face of Google Maps app. First, I want to apologize because my mother has bronchitis and I am slowly getting it, so I sound awful. But anyways, so Google Maps is something we use all the time. Me and my mom. This is her phone, and so me and her both have it as one of the apps on our main page, so it's easily accessible. First thing you go to when you get here is, obviously, it shows you exactly where you are, and actually, if you use it enough, it actually shows you that this is your home. So it obviously has that little icon binging around, shows the streets around. One of the things I always like about Google Maps is the first thing that you can do if you're in a certain area. Say you're traveling, you press Explore, and it automatically shows you things to do in your area. You can pick based on what you're needing, whether that be food or ATMs, gas stations, things along those lines. You can go back to driving. I'm going to show you the first two options at the top, which are your most recent places that you've typed in. It does lose its memory after a certain period of time, but these were our locations earlier today. Also, just while typing in, it shows you the traffic around you. I live in the middle of nowhere in Ohio, so the traffic is always light. Also, if you're in certain areas that have this, it does have a transit option right at the bottom as well. That allows you to look at, based on your destination, give you options for transit. Obviously, this is what I use most, but obviously, and the first thing you see is that search bar. Of course, it's Google, so you can also Google, and it's an iPhone, so you can also use the microphone to go ahead and get that all started. So anyways, go ahead and, for example, we were trying to get to Meijer from an unknown location earlier. So we just pressed on that. It shows you exactly where this is. Even shows you surrounding areas. I'm so sorry about my breathing. I'm sorry. Shows you surrounding areas like Springfield Commons and different roads in that area, but it definitely automatically comes up. If you need to go back to where you are, just press that button. It takes you exactly where you need to go. If you're not sure where you're doing is what you've typed in is the right place, then you can always go back and click on that, and it shows you different pictures of the location, help you recognize it more. Obviously, it brings up Google information, it shows you hours, things along those lines. We'll show you the exact website, phone number to call if you need to get in touch with them, anything along those lines. And even sometimes, depending on what you're searching for, it will show you how busy something is. Again, depending on where you're going, especially for a restaurant, if it's a super busy restaurant and it's like a Friday or Saturday night, it's going to show you that it's super busy. Overall, I enjoy using this over Apple, over others, so much more. I've gotten lost using others, and things along those lines. The only time I've ever gotten lost on this is when I typed it in incorrectly, so obviously that was my error. But besides that, I've always found it very user-friendly. There's also ways to switch it to satellite view or terrain, and then go back to default. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do on this. Sometimes when I travel, I'll definitely use it to find things in the surrounding areas, whether that be find a McDonald's, find a Walmart, things along those lines that can just really help someone out when you're in an area that you don't know things about. What would I change? Some of the things I've noticed just because I use it a lot is if you're searching for something that's really close to you, say you are in Meijer and down the road is Walmart, or you're trying to find a road that you find out is maybe a mile away, instead of giving you the option, or not necessarily the option because it does give you the option, but it automatically pops up as a walking distance thing. And so you're driving, and it actually has a difference when you're walking to when you're driving. And it's not going to show me now because what I've searched is too far away. But let's say I type in my road name, and I don't even know if it'll work there. Maybe if I do Walgreens. I'm just trying to show this, and I don't think it's going to show me. When you look at directions, this is how it changes if you say that you're walking. It does the dots, and it goes very, very slow. So I've noticed that if you're in a location where you're searching for something that may necessarily be closer, it automatically shows it as a walking distance, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just can be kind of frustrating because it has all these dots and different routes, and it ends up moving slower as you're moving in a car. But again, that's obviously something that's fixable, because instead of just having it automatically do walking, you go back over to driving, and it goes everything back to normal. That's about all I can think of. Thank you so much for your time. Again, I'm so sorry for my breathing and the way I'm talking, but thanks.